Today I am going to talk to you about the substitution reactions in carbonyl complexes. Dear students, I am Dr. Digna Varghese. Substitution reactions in carbonyl complexes. The simple replacement of one ligand by another ligand in organometallic complexes. These types of reactions is known as substitution reactions. The substitution of ligands in organometallic complexes is very similar to the substitution of ligands in simple coordination complexes. The reactions sometimes go by an associative, dissociative or an interchange pathway, with the reaction being either associatively or dissociatively activated. The constraints of the substitution reactions are: the valence electron count at the metal atom does not increase above 18. Steric crowding of ligands increases the rate of dissociative processes and decreases the rate of associative processes. If the valence electron count is more than 18, that complexes is really unstable, that does not exist. If steric crowding is there in the complex, or the presence of bulkier ligands is in the complex, the rate of dissociation occurs. That means first dissociation of the molecule occurs, after that substitution occurs. The earliest methods of replacing one or more carbonyl ligands from a complex by applying heat or light and can break the MCO bond. For example, here showing an metal carbonyl complex. When applying heat or light energy to the system, it will breaks the metal carbonyl compounds and it creates a vacancy here. The fragment can then react with a nucleophile to produce a substituted metal carbonyl complex. The simplest examples of substitution reactions involve the replacement of CO by another electron pair donor such as phosphine. For example, the LNMCO, if applying thermal energy or light energy, the LNM-CO bond breaks and form LNM plus CO. LNM plus trialkyl phosphine reacts to form LNM-PR3, that is the new substituted product. The studies of the rates at which the trialkyl phosphines and other ligands replace carbonyl in nickel tetracarbonyl and iron pentacarbonyl indicating that a dissociatively activated mechanism is in operation. Some complexes lose carbon monoxide more readily than others. For example, in the case of tetracarbonyl nickel, that is substituted by a ligand by replacement of one CO here, NiCO3L, and adding another ligand forming NiCO2L2 and adding another ligand, we will get NiCO L3, and adding ligand L to this system we get a new product NiL4 other than NiCO4. In this case of nickel, all the carbonyl ligands are replaced by the L ligands. But the task is much more difficult in this case for iron pentacarbonyl. In the case of iron pentacarbonate, ligand is substituted first and forming FeCO4L, and ligand is added to this system and forming FeCO3L2. Only two carbonyl ligands can be replaced from this iron pentacarbonyl complex. FeCO5 requires a larger energy of activation for substitution and requires high temperature also. At this temperature side reactions are significant and yields of substituted products are low. Here, this system needs high energy of activation and high temperature condition. At this temperature, more than the substituted products, we get side products. Each time carbon monoxide is replaced by PR3 or L, the complex become electron rich and the remaining CO groups receive more pi electron density. This means that in general metal carbon monoxide bond strength increases and CO becomes more resistant to dissociation. The steric requirements of phosphine may limit the degree of substitution as well. In the case of metal carbonyl complex, we know metal is in the lower oxidation state. That means it may be zero oxidation state or even negative oxidation state can be stabilized by the carbonyl ligands. So metal is in the electron rich system in the metal carbonyls, and if CO group is replaced by the metal atom, it is forms a newer ligand like PR3 and the system will get more electron density, pi electron density, and the remaining CO groups receive more pi electron density. Therefore, the metal carbon bond in general, the bond strength increases because of its pi back bonding, and CO becomes more resistant to dissociation. Another factor of phosphine may limit the degree of substitution, that is its steric requirements. Studies of the rates at which the trialkyl phosphines and other ligands replace CO in the hexacarbonyls of the chromium group show that the incoming PR3, indicating that a dissociatively activated mechanism is in operation. Here the CrCO6 reacts with a solvent like tetrahydrofuran, that is a weak ligand that replaces one CO only and forming CrCO5 solvent. That is, if it is a tetrahydrofuran, definitely SOL is tetrahydrofuran, and this solvent substituted system reacts with the desired ligand to form CrCO5L, that is the desired product, plus solvent. A dissociatively activated substitution reaction would be expected with metal carbonyl complexes would require reaction intermediates with more than 18 electrons, formation of which corresponds to populating high energy antibonding molecular orbitals. The rate of carbon monoxide substitution in 6-coordinate metal carbonyls often decreases as more strongly basic ligands replace CO, and 2 or 3 alkyl phosphine ligands often represents the limit of substitution. When with bulky phosphine ligands, further substitution may be thermodynamically unfavorable on account of ligand crowding, but increased electron density on the metal center, which arises when a pi The CO ligands are much more tightly bound in the group 6 carbonyls. Group 6 contains iron, ruthenium, osmium. And loss of carbon monoxide often needs to be promoted thermally or photochemically. We know in the case of iron pentacarbonyl, only 2 CO groups are substituted by the ligands, incoming ligands. That means that iron pentacarbonyl needs high energy of activation and also need the steric or high electron density, pi electron density, and which the increases the back bonding effect of the CO and become more stable the compound, and further there is no dissociation of FeCO occurs. That we have already seen earlier. In the case of photolysis, to achieve photolysis, mononuclear carbonyls are exposed to near UV radiation in an apparatus shown in figure. In this figure, we can see there is a mercury vapor lamp that produces light energy for the substitution reaction, and here the mononuclear carbonyls do not absorb in the visible region, that only absorb light near UV region. This is an apparatus used for photochemical ligand substitution of metal carbonyls. Solvated intermediates in the photolysis of metal carbonyls have been detected. In some cases, like ZrCO6 plus solvent giving CrCO5 solvent. That means there is unsolvated intermediates in the photolysis of metal carbonyls also detected. That is not only with the polar solvents. For example, tetrahydrofuran, that is a polar solvent as well as it is a versatile solvent. But this reaction tried in every solvent, like even in alkanes and noble gases. The substitution of CO by CH3CN is also carried out in refluxing acetonitrile. Here the substitution reaction using thermal energy to sweep away the carbon monoxide and hence drives the reaction to completion. Here we are using a sweep stream of nitrogen to remove carbon monoxide or break the metal carbon monoxide bond, and the reaction drive to completion. Preparation of substituted metal carbonyls. Starting with molybdenum trioxide as a source of molybdenum and carbon monoxide and triphenylphosphine as the ligand sources, plus other reagents of your choice, give equations and conditions for the synthesis of pentacarbonyl molybdenum triphenylphosphine complex. Synthesis MoCO6, that is hexacarbonyl molybdenum, first and then carry out a ligand substitution reaction. We can synthesize molybdenum hexacarbonyl from molybdenum trioxide and a reducing agent and in the presence of carbon monoxide at certain pressure and temperature, giving the molybdenum hexacarbonyl. Here the reductive carbonylation method is used for the preparation of MoCO6. Reductive carbonylation of molybdenum trioxide can be performed using triethyl aluminum as a reducing agent in the presence of carbon monoxide at 50 atmospheric pressure and 150 degrees Celsius in heptane, forming molybdenum hexacarbonyl and some oxidation products of triethyl aluminum. The temperature and pressure required for this reaction, that is 50 atmospheric pressure and 150 degrees Celsius temperature, that is less than those for the direct combination of molybdenum and carbon monoxide. We can synthesize molybdenum hexacarbonyl even direct combination, but we can use the conditions with high temperature and high pressure than 50 atmospheric pressure and 150 degree Celsius. Then MoCO6 is obtained by this reaction, and we can use subsequent substitution could be carried out photochemically. That is, MoCO6 reacts with triphenylphosphine in tetrahydrofuran, that is in polar solvent, by the use of photolysis reaction and forming MoCO5 PPH3 plus CO. Only one CO group is replaced by this reaction. So we will get the MoCO5 PPH3. The thermal or photolytic reactions described for the substitution reactions usually give a mixture of products. One wish to synthesize the WCO5 PR3. One could not apply heat directly on tungsten hexacarbonyl with triphenylphosphine or trialkyl phosphine at high temperatures, or irradiate this reaction with ultraviolet light, because both these methods would give mixtures of products. That means thermal or photolytic reactions to tungsten hexacarbonyl give mixture of products. That we can see from this equation. Tungsten hexacarbonyl reacts with triphenyl or trialkyl phosphine, and in photolysis reaction or thermal reactions, it will give a mixture of products like WCO5 PR3 plus cis WCO4 PR3 twice, trans WCO4 PR3 twice. So if we have to prepare, or we wish to prepare WCO5 PR3 by this method, we will get a mixture of products. So separation is difficult, so we have to choose preferable method for the synthesis of WCO5 PR3, that is by another method we are using. When tungsten hexacarbonyl treated with tetrahydrofuran in the use of light energy, we will get a solvated product here with the replacement of one carbonyl group. This solvated product reacts with PR3 to give our required product, that is WCO5 PR3 with tetrahydrofuran. We know tetrahydrofuran is a weak ligand and it acts as a polar solvent, that it seldom replaces or displaces more than one CO from the compound in a photolysis step and yields only monosubstituted product. This reaction can be done in room temperature. Another method is to synthesize this compound with another reagent, that is trimethyl nitric oxide, which attacks the carbon of a coordinated CO, leading to eventual loss of carbon dioxide and the formation of unstable trimethylamine compound or complex that reacts with phosphine type ligand, which easily displaces amine and forming the required or the final product as WCO5PR3. Preparation of FeCO4PR3. We can use thermal or photolytic reactions with iron pentacarbonyl directly with trialkyl phosphine, giving a mixture of products. Thermal or photolytic reactions to FeCO4PR3 give a mixture of products which are not easy to separate. So we can use another method like if iron pentacarbonate treated with trialkyl phosphine in the presence of a catalyst like cobalt chloride, forming FeCO4PR3, that is our final product, with the elimination of one CO. The exact role of the catalyst is not known. Other catalyst can be used, that is polynuclear iron anions such as Fe2CO8 2-, Fe3CO12 2-, that can be used as catalyst instead of COCl2. The same reaction will happen. Another compound, the trans FeCO3PR3 twice, can be prepared by the reaction when iron pentacarbonyl treated with sodium borohydride and forming HFeCO4 minus and allow it to react with PR3 to give trans FeCO3 PR3 twice in butanol. The rates of substitution of ligands in 16 electron complexes are sensitive to the identity and concentration of the entering group, which indicates associative activation. If the compound is 16 electron species that undergo substitution reaction in the way of associative mechanism. For example, the reactions of IRCOCl PPH3 twice with triethyl phosphine are associatively activated. In the case of IRCOCl PPH3 twice, it is a 16 electron species which reacts with triethyl phosphine and forming a associative intermediate, that is an 18 electron complex which dissociates or PPH3 thrice PPH3 from this intermediate and forming the substituted 16 electron species. 16 electron organometallic compounds appear to undergo associatively activated substitution reactions because the 18 electron complex is energetically more favorable than the 14 electron activated complex that would occur in dissociative activation. If 16 electron complex, that is in this complex the electron valence electron count is 16 electron, it is reacts with triethyl phosphine to form 18 electron compound. If it is dissociatively activated for this particular reaction, it forms a 14 electron species that is energetically not favorable. So associative mechanism always follow the 18 electron intermediate than the 14 electron species by the dissociative mechanism and forming the substituted product. Let me explain again. 16 electron organometallic compound undergo associative mechanism and forming in the case of substitution and forming 18 electron intermediate that will replace one of the ligand by the coming ligand and forming again 16 electron species. It does not undergo any dissociative activation. Factors affecting substitution reactions. First one is steric effect and the other one is electronic effect. First we explain the steric effect in detail. A ligand can influence not only how many will fit around the metal atom but also the effectiveness of overlap between the metal and ligand orbitals. A ligand which is surrounded to the metal atom, that is the number of ligands will fit around the metal atom, that not influencing the number but the effectiveness of the overlap between the metal and ligand orbitals, that will influencing the substitution reactions. If ligands are too crowded, repulsion between them forces metal ligand distance to increase and weakening of the metal ligand bond. If the ligands are too crowded and the repulsion between them forces the metal ligand distance increases and therefore there is a weakening of metal ligand bond occurs. If the ligand is a bulkier group, the distance between the metal and the ligand increases and thereby weakening of the bond occurs, and that enhancing the overall lability of the complex. Therefore the ligand can easily replaced from the system, so that increases the lability of the complex. In 1970, the Tolman introduced a new concept, that is the steric effect, by the term of cone angle. The Tolman cone angle and Tolman electronic parameter are named after him. This is the photo of Chadwick A. Tolman, that he is an American chemist, and the term cone angle was first introduced by Chadwick A. Tolman, that is a research chemist at DuPont. Tolman originally developed the method for phosphine ligands in nickel complexes, determining them from measurements of accurate physical models. So Tolman introduced two concepts for the factors affecting the substitution reactions. First one is steric effect. He introduced the concept of cone angle to express the steric effect, and later he introduced a electronic parameter, and both these parameters are named after him. The ligand cone angle or Tolman cone angle is a measure of the steric bulk of a ligand in a transition metal complex. It is defined as the solid angle formed with the metal at the vertex of the outermost edge of the van der Waals spheres of the ligand atoms at the perimeter of a cone. That is, the solid angle formed with the metal at the vertex and the outermost edge of the van der Waals spheres of the ligand at the perimeter of the cone. Tertiary phosphine ligands are commonly classified using this parameter, but the method can be applied to any ligand. What is the application of this Tolman cone angle? That is practical importance in homogeneous catalysis, because the size of the ligand affects the reactivity of the attached metal center. The selectivity of hydroformylation catalyst is strongly influenced by the size of the co-ligands. Despite being monovalent, some phosphines are large enough to occupy more than half of the coordination sphere of a metal center. Conangles for various ligands. We can see in this table the conangles of different ligands are given, and for example triethyl phosphine ligands, that is its value is 132, and for tributyl phosphine value is 132, and in the case of triphenyl phosphine the value is 145 degree, and in the case of hydrogen like smaller ligands its value is 75, and for CO ligands value is 95 degree, and for the case of tertiary butyl tri-tertiary butyl phosphine type ligands have the value 182 degree. And some ligands have conangles, smaller ligands have conangles as small value, and bulkier ligands have high conangle value. Ligands such as carbon monoxide are sterically undemanding, and as many as required by the 18 electron rule can easily arrange themselves around a metal atom. When bulky phosphines are part of the coordination sphere, however, it becomes increasingly difficult to satisfy the 80 electron rule imply because there is not enough space for the required number of ligands. So the ligands with large conangle becomes increasingly difficult to satisfy the 18 electron rule, while the smaller ligands with small conangle value that can easily satisfy the 18 electron rule and that can easily arrange themselves around a central metal atom. In the case of phosphines with the small conangles, that is triethyl phosphine, that is has only 132 degree, allow the isolation of platinum tetratriethyl phosphine ligands which obeys the 18 electron rule. But ligands with conangles greater than 160 degree, that is make it possible to isolate complexes with just two ligands. We know the tertiary tributyl phosphine type ligands has conangle about 182 degree, so it arrange around platinum metal with two ligands only, that is sterically satisfied. Otherwise the complex is unstable. It is not difficult to replace 3 CO groups from MoCO6 with the 3 phosphines having modest conangles. When isopropyl phosphine type ligands which has a conangle of 160 degree is chosen, however it is only possible to replace 3 CO groups with 2 phosphine ligands. The result is that a 16 electron species is sterically stabilized. So conangle is a factor to replace the ligands and forming a substituted product. More conangle value of the ligand, it will replace only smaller number of ligands from the complex. If it is a smaller ligand with a smaller conangle value, it can replace so many ligands. Steric crowding between ligands to accelerate dissociative processes and to decrease the rates of associative processes, which means that steric crowding increases, it accelerate or speed up the dissociative mechanism or that decreases the associative process. The extent to which the various ligands crowd each other is approximated by the Tolman Kronecker, and we can see how it influences the equilibrium constants for ligand binding by examining the dissociation constants of nickel tetra-trialkyl phosphine complexes. Here we can see from the table that different ligands and its Kronecker is given here, and the dissociation constant is also given here for the nickel complex. These complexes are slightly dissociated in solution if phosphine ligands are compact, such as trimethylphosphine. Trimethylphosphine, the Kronecker value is 118 degree. Its dissociation constant is very much lower, so it is slightly dissociated in solution. In the case of complexes such as nickel tertiary butyl, tri-tertiary butyl phosphine types ligands, its value is Kronecker value is 182 degree. It is highly dissociated. It has a large Kronecker, so its dissociation is very large because of its steric effect. The ligand tertiary butyl phosphine is so bulky that the 14 electron complex can be identified. In this case, only two ligands is attached to the metal atom, so it acts as a 14 electron compound that is stable only because of its steric effect and large Kronecker value. So it can be easily dissociated when it is dissolved in a solvent or any other ligand for substitution. The compound tetra-coordinated compound is easily dissociated and it converts to di-substituted product. Electron transfer processes. This is one of the method for substitution in metal carbonyls. It has been found that for some metal carbonyls, the displacement of CO can be catalyzed by electron transfer processes that create anion or cation radicals. These radicals do not have 18 electrons, and a typical process of this type is illustrated in this figure. This figure shows a schematic diagram of an electron transfer catalyzed carbonyl substitution. The key feature is the lability of the carbonyl group in the 19 electron anion radical compared to the metal carbonyl starting material. Here the starting material or the reactant is 18 electron MCO6 species. To this an electron is added or electron is transferred to this and forming a 19 electron species. By the removal of CO, it becomes a 17 electron species. By the addition of the incoming ligand, that is a ligand used for substitution here, that is MlCO5 minus, it becomes 19 electron species. The product is formed here by the elimination of an electron and forming an 18 electron substituted MlCO5 product. And here the electron transfer process continues until a small amount of a reducing initiator. The cycle continues until the limiting reagent of MCO6 or L has been consumed. The less common 19 electron and 17 electron metal compounds are labile with respect to substitution here. So electron transfer process is another method for substitution for some metal carbonyls. Now we are moving to the substitution of ligands at a cluster. The substitution of ligands at a cluster is often not a straightforward process because fragmentation is common. Deutecacarbonyl triion reacts with triphenylphosphine under mild conditions to yield simple mono and di-substituted products as well as some cluster fragmentation products. Here we can see from this example, that is deutecacarbonyl triion, its formula is Fe3CO12 that reacts with triphenylphosphine under mild conditions. We will get some mono and di-substituted products, that is the fragmentation occurs for this cluster and we will get carbon monoxide, mono di-substituted product, that is FeCO3 ppH3 twice, mono substituted complex, that is FeCO4 ppH3, iron pentacarbonyl, and some cluster fragmentation, that is Fe3CO10 ppH3 twice, Fe3CO11 ppH3. Fragmentation occurs because the metal-metal bonds in a cluster are generally comparable in strength to the metal-ligand bonds, and so the breaking of the metal-metal bonds provides a reaction pathway with a low activation energy. However, for somewhat longer reaction times or elevated temperatures, only mono-ion cleavage products are obtained. In some cases, there will be a longer reaction times, or by the high temperature condition, only mono-ion cleavage products are obtained. Because the strength of the metal-metal bonds increases down the group. We know for the iron group, it is iron, ruthenium, osmium. Iron, under mild conditions, the cluster fragmentation occurs and monos ion cleavage products are obtained with some cluster fragmentation. But in the case of ruthenium and osmium, because of the strength of the metal-metal bonds increases down the group, the substitution products of the heavier clusters such as Ru3CO10 ppH3 twice or osmium-3CO10 ppH3 twice can be prepared without significant fragmentation into mononuclear complexes. These complexes, if in the place of Fe3CO12, we can use Ru3CO12 that reacts with triphenylphosphine, that forms only one product, that is Ru3CO10 ppH3 twice. If we using osmium 3CO12 instead of iron cluster and reacts with triphenylphosphine, we will get osmium 3CO10 ppH3 twice, because in these clusters the metal-metal bonds have higher strength. So we can prepare these di-substituted compounds can be prepared without significant fragmentation into mononuclear complexes. Some exceptions are observed, especially if cyclopentadienyl or nitrosyl ligands are present in the complex. In these cases, it is common to find evidence of associatively activated substitution, even for 18 electron complexes. The common explanation is that nitrosyl may switch from being linear to being angular, whereupon it donates 2 fewer electrons. In the case of nitrosyl ligands, we can see from different complexes they can act as linear in the case of Mn triple bond oxygen, and in the case of in some complexes it acts as bent structure, that is Mn double bond O. So if it is a linear compound, it will exhibit act as 3 electron donor. If it has a bent structure, it acts as a 1 electron donor to the system. So it can be switch from being linear to being angular, so it donates 2 fewer electrons. So in this case, substitution reaction, even if it is the complex has 18 electron species, the complex is 18 electron species, it can be associated with, or the substitution occurs by associatively activated substitution. Similarly, the 5-cyclopentadienyl 6 electron donor can slip relative to the metal and become an 3-cyclopentadienyl 4 electron donor. In the case of cyclopentadienyl, in this case the hapticity is 5, that is cyclopentadienyl neutral counting 5 electron donor. If it is an ionic counting scheme, it acts as a 6 electron donor. In the case of this cyclopentadienyl complex, it acts as a hapticity 3, and the neutral counting scheme, it acts as 3 electron donor. If it is an ionic counting scheme, it acts as a 4 electron donor. So this also associated the substitution reaction mechanism as associatively activated substitution even for the 18 electron complexes. The cyclopentadienyl ligand, that is C5H5 ligand, is regarded as having a 3-carbon interaction here, the metal, while the remaining 2 electrons from a simple carbon-carbon bond that is not engaged with the metal 1. Here the metal in this cyclopentadienyl ligand, the hapticity is 3, that is attached to the metal, and relatively electron depleted central metal atom becomes susceptible to substitution. Which of the compounds, A or B, will undergo substitution of a carbonyl ligand for a phosphine more readily? A or B is more readily for phosphine substitution. If we consider the ligands present on the compounds, we can see that the 18 electron compound A contains an enteral group or ligand which can ring slip to a 16 electron eta 3 bound form B, which is more readily than the normal CP compound, cyclopentadienyl compound C, as in the double bond that forms becomes part of a 6-membered aromatic ring. This ring slipping provides a low energy route to coordinative unsaturation, and thus the enteral compound reacts with an incoming ligand much more readily than the CP compound. Here the C is least reactive and B is more readily reactive for substitution than A, and the order of reactivity is B greater than A greater than C. Next term is Tolman electronic parameter. The Tolman-Kohnenkel and Tolman electronic parameter, that is TEP, have been used to characterize the steric and electronic properties of phosphines, which are popular ligands for catalysts. The Tolman electronic parameter is a measure of the electron donating or withdrawing ability of a ligand. It is determined by measuring the frequency of the A1CO vibrational mode, that is nu CO, of a pseudo C3V symmetric complex, that is LNiCO3, by infrared spectroscopy, where L is the ligand of interest. LNiCO3 was chosen as the model compound because such complexes are readily prepared from tetracarbonyl nickel. Tetracarbonyl nickel undergoes substitution reaction by the removal of CO and forming mono-substituted product. The shift in nu CO is used to infer the electronic properties of a ligand, which can aid in understanding its behavior in other complexes. The analysis was introduced by Chadwick A. Tolman. The A1 carbonyl band is rarely obscured by other bands in the analyzed infrared spectrum. Carbonyl is a small ligand, so steric factors do not complicate the analysis. Upon coordination of CO to a metal, nu CO typically decreases from 2143 cm inverse of free CO. Here the A1 carbonyl band is rarely obscured by other bands in the analyzed infrared spectrum. We know the frequency of A1 band for the free ZO, that is 2143 cm inverse, but for substituted complexes, monosubstituted complexes studying here, and if L is considered as a tertiary butyl phosphine type ligands, its values decrease to 2056.1. If it is a amine derivative of phosphine ligands, that is 2061.9. If it is a trimethyl phosphine, 2064.1. This shift can be explained by pi back bonding. The metal forms a pi bond with the carbonyl ligand by donating electrons through its d orbitals into the empty pi star antibonding orbitals on CO. This interaction strengthens the metal carbon bond but also weakens the carbon oxygen bond, resulting in a lower vibrational frequency. That is due to the synergistic effect of metal carbon bond. First, the carbonyl ligand donates electrons to the d orbital and the metal is in the lowest oxidation state, so the excess electron is shifted back to the carbonyl pi star antibonding orbitals on carbon monoxide or carbonyl ligand, that is pi back bonding. This will strengthen the bond, metal carbon bond, but it weakens the CO bond. If other ligands increases the density of pi electrons on the metal, the CO bond is weakened. That decreases the frequency, IR frequency. If ligands which competes with the CO for pi back bonding, nu CO increases. Okay, this is actually the pi back bonding, that is electron donation. When the carbonyl ligand is act as a ligand, it donates electrons definitely to the metal. In metal carbonyls, metal is in the lower oxidation state, so it becomes more electron rich and it is unstable. To stabilize the molecule, the metal donates back to the electrons to the pi star antibonding orbitals of carbonyl ligand, that is known as pi back bonding. This effect is known as synergistic effect, and this actually stabilizes the molecule. If this electron density of the pi electrons on the metal increases, the CO bond is weakened and frequency of the CO decreases from 2143 to, depending on the ligand added to the metal by substitution. The Tolman-Konankel and Tolman electronic parameter have been used to characterize the steric and electronic properties of phosphines, which are popular ligands for catalysts. Here, Tolman electronic parameter is explained by the use of a simple triphenyl phosphine substituted nickel carbonyl complex. Thank you for your attention and listening me.